vent later on, so
Yeah, you will vent later on because Kronic and Lars are ready. We are getting this game started. First game for today in the Group D2. We're on Lars' point of view. Getting the spawn at the railgun. That also means he's gonna get plasma and the red armor. And landing the first rail.
It's GG.
Yeah, basically that's GG.
That's it, that rail to me smelt like victory. Oh, and another one.
You probably cursed it though, so you should be careful. Look at that, Lars on 3 health. He got the first frag.
Oh, it's another! It's gotta be an. Oh, he got hit by something, so.
Yeah,
wait, did he hit himself?
He hit himself a little bit. He got some plasma on his face, and he hit one good rocket on the opponent as well. So
the rocket was nice though. He did like 80 damage, and he didn't want to move in and try and steal away the red. So he's playing a little bit disciplined there, which I respect.
By the way, Zeus, I have to ask you a question. Are you using one of those new voices?
I don't know which one I'm using. I set it to 3, and I don't know what that is.
Oh, well, you're gonna hear it.
Kronic. Okay.
Kronic just dropping down, getting the frag. He knew he had the stack advantage. He had a good position.
I think Lars felt that he was safer than he actually was. He was like, I can hold off my own, I'll be fine over here. And then Kronic was just like, no, you're not fine. You're like the complete opposite, in fact. Kronic's going to have to be quick here. He's managed to get himself onto Mega. He wants to go and do damage over on the red, but Lars isn't going to commit to it this time. He learned from his previous errors.
Lars is calling it timeout. What's happening?
It's an evil timeout. It's an evil day, so every
FPS
timeout's an evil timeout.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's a pizza on the door, sometimes it's a telephone, depending on who's playing, of course.
This is new lags apparently on 66 what? FPS? Alright, whatever.
Yeah, probably it is.
We have got FNX who'll be joining us a little bit later on in the show. He's running late back from work, so we'll have him soon. So all good. He'll basically be covering for me as I drift to sleep slowly. Not because the Quick's boring, far from that, just because I'm gonna be as dead as everyone who's going up against evil.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Match resumed. Kronic.
Let's go.
Look at him. He still has a lot of the mega health left. He also has red armor, and landing a single rail is just such a huge advantage.
This is quite an important game, I'd say, in the grand scheme of things. Like, whoever wins this, I'd say, has a chance at getting through the groups. Whoever loses this, I'm gonna say that's frag though, Kronic. I'm gonna say it isn't gonna get through the groups. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, I think that's relatively fair. And even though the game has already started, I think we should probably not be saying prediction at the moment. But Kronic seems to be the more stronger player.
I wasn't predicting, bitch.
No, but I am. Shut up. Nah, but honestly, Kronic in the previous league was pretty damn good.
It was, wasn't he? And in the Sunday Cups, like he's been amazing actually. I really think that Kronic does have an advantage here, but even Lars has done some ridiculous things in the past as well. So
definitely, yeah.
It's not going to be an easy game for either of the players.
The reason probably is I haven't seen that much of Lars lately, whereas I've seen really good stuff from Kronic.
Yeah, his third place story on the Sunday Cup was amazing. But back on Kronic's action, he's just landing rail after rail. He's got 55% at the moment, and he's applying all kinds of pressure on Lars. Don't know if Lars can take this right now.
Yeah, he lands a rail though, and fortunately for him, not taking any. But he's not in a good spot. He can still get rail there, and that's exactly what's happening. A few seconds until the mega.
Kronic, I wonder how this rotation is going to keep going. Is he going to try and take everything? He's going to the top yellow. I know he's going to go over to the red again. If Lars goes anywhere near him, he's dead. That's 4 items in a row.
I mean, if you can keep landing rails whenever you see your opponent, and you cycle the items pretty much perfectly, that's GG unless your opponent finds something very interesting to do.
This is a really scary cycle from Kronic right now. Lower yellow, is he going to go to top yellow first? After top yellow, he's got a choice to make on the major items, so... And he's going to start that decision right now by getting a kill.
Yep, rocket work this time.
Oh, yeah, skip the mega. You don't need it. You need to do damage right now. Oh, that's going to be another frag right now.
Or he could leave his opponent very low, go for the mega, and then find a way to finish it off. I mean, sometimes, well, Kronic did hit the plan of the rocket jump. Sometimes with a frag, your opponent might be able to go for the steal, which is never nice.
Kronic's just destroying it at the moment. control on the items is almost impenetrable at this point. And because he's hitting the shots as well, which is just magnifying the effect of everything. And if the other yellow's going to spawn, is he going to go over? Oh, he's hitting these little flick shots as well. 7 impressives.
When is it going to be 80%? That's my question.
I wanted to see a headshot, you know?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen a single headshot yet.
I got one yesterday. I was playing with my draft team and I saw a headshot.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite cool.
I mean, we were watching some TDM yesterday, then we also had like one best of 3 with a new update, and now we're having this, and I still haven't seen a single headshot.
Oh, Kronic might be under a bit of trouble here. He's going to be able to get onto that health bubble before he gets railed again. Now he's weak.
Yeah, now he's in trouble. Where's the bubbles?
Even though Kronic's been playing amazingly, there's still a chance for Lars to come back from this, given the state of the map, and it's now a frag in, and he's getting into control. Honestly, I'm not that confident with Kronic getting the map win just yet. And I might have been joking around earlier on, but you know, Lars it doesn't seem like he's losing his cool, but he loses out on the mega health. He gets the frag after.
His cool anyway. That was good.
He hasn't got a stack that he'd like to have, but 100-100 is manageable. He's just got to make sure he hits those shots. Kronic's control was so strong earlier because he was landing the rails. If Lars doesn't do the same, then it's going to make the comeback harder and harder to make.
Yeah, Lars just got stuck there and he lost a lot of health. Didn't get the red armor, didn't even do much damage at all, but that kind of rockets can really, again, keep it on his side.
Gotta be careful and not to overcommit. The mega's going to be up, and that was an awesome jump from Kronic.
Yeah,
he kind of moved on.
Didn't see him.
I saw a little bit. He kind of moved on and then backwards jumped onto the mega health. It was just really slick. It's not super hard to do, but it's under pressure. It can be a little bit fidgety. And that's only 2 frags Lars has got in the last minute and 20 seconds. So he's still slowly making his way there. There we go, another frag. He's still set to make a comeback, I'd say.
Yeah, it's toxicity. There. You can get those frags so fast when you get in the groove. You get like good rotation of items, and letting your opponent take the red is not a good way of rotating the items, especially if you don't have that much yourself.
Oh no, he needed to get onto those 225s. Kronic knew it. He said, as long as I hit this rail, then this could deny the comeback completely. There's a mega health right in front of him. And he's going to get one more frag. This now is
it's looking much more slim for Lars. 10 frag difference, 3 minutes. I know we say a lot like 6 frags on Toxicity is the same as 1 frag on any other map. And it's kind of true. But yeah, it's still not looking too strong for Lars at the moment.
It's the fact that he's got to go through that whole process of challenging for control first, getting the weapons, asserting himself. And that's going to remove a lot of time from the clock, which you can't really afford at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Kronic just playing cheeky with a teleport exit. That's 2 rails. And that gets you the chance of going for the mega. And both items, apparently.
That's GG now, I'd say.
Yeah,
Lars is going to call it
as well. They're not wasting any extra time. Oh man, the new buzzer sound is different. That was weird.
I've got my sounds on a little bit lower though. I'm feeling so sensitive right now, so focused. Eyes on the prize.
Focus.
55 rounds, 28 landed. Almost 2,000 damage. Lars, to be fair, landed a lot of damage as well, but considering how... look, he didn't get a single mega. 5 reds to 12 reds. No megas to what was like 12 or so.
Yeah, I don't know if he ever had a proper timing for it when it was reasonable. Probably not.
There were moments actually when Lars was getting into control. He had a run of frags. I think you're right actually. I think he lost the timing for it because he didn't actually make it there. And if he took the 225 health bubbles where he was trying to get them, he got railed. If he got the 225s, he probably would have got the mega.
Yeah.
But so it's the starting. It's map 2 and it's match point for Kronic.
We've seen what kind of stuff Kronic can actually pull off on Senior, so I'm fearing for Lars.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Did you say this is a Kronic map win then, or?
I'd predict that quite heavily, but we'll just have to see. Let's just watch the game.
I'm predicting Kronic to come second in the group today, by the way. So
that's just not a bad prediction, I'd say.
Oh my god. More of these rails, please, Kronic. First entry damage in, and it's just guaranteed that Lars isn't able to commit to a fight anymore. A little cheeky angle down the bottom, but I'm not gonna find anything.
He's gonna have the time to take this top position. Does hear his opponent on the wrong side of the Mega. But for Lars, a single rail on the item without taking anything in return. Usually that's worth it. Getting position on the red. Oh, look at
LG's
LG.
amazing. Lars is hitting hard. Holy crap.
Oh man.
56% there.
I don't know what Kronic was expecting to happen.
Oh, the rail as well. The entry was awesome. He's missing the shot afterwards, but that was a nice little rail shot. I like it.
Yeah,
Oh.
Lars is really making it happen at the moment. Or getting position on the Mega, but the tricky part is both Red and Mega spawn at the exact same time. And Lars just has to listen to his sound, and he heard the rocket jump and he should know that the Red was taken quite shortly after it.
Yeah, Lars is just sitting now on a rotation. He doesn't seem too hungry to aggress right now. And with no LG as well, it does make you slightly uncomfortable pushing in for those mid-range fights.
He has that advantage of having the Mega health. His opponent just got a red and a yellow, I think.
He can't lose Mega though. Losing Mega would be tragic for Lars.
It would.
He's setting up early for it now.
And I'm pretty sure Kronic is gonna try and do something tricky here. Oh, he's just at the top yellow. I don't think this is gonna mean anything.
Kronic's 100-200. Lars is 200-200. It's just that Mega that splits it. Lars, right now, it's as much about defending the Mega as it is executing in any fight next. And a great rail.
Yeah,
That's gonna help
if you have that already that stack difference, you have the lead in, and you land the first rail. That's just gonna be so good for you. Your opponent is forced to play on the back foot for a while.
It's good for you for like 20 seconds or so until they start getting the armors again, and then you got to keep doing that. There we go. There's one round. Now you don't need to do anything for another 20 seconds. Good job, Lars.
Just defend the item. Kronic might do something crazy on this Mega. Grenades are not that crazy, but you know.
Is he going to get top yellow as well? That would be quite nice, actually. That would slow down Kronic quite a lot. He hasn't picked it up. He didn't want to overcommit to it. Kronic finds a bit of damage. Area is still 200-200 for Lars, effectively. That was essentially a meaningless rail. But Kronic doesn't. Sorry, Lars doesn't get on top yellow like he may have wanted to.
Lars setting up the trap on the Mega health. Just listening for the sounds, anything from Kronic, because right now he doesn't really have any kind of idea where his opponent is. But it does see him on the red, took some grenade damage. Not too concerned about it, even though shards are quite helpful. Oh, look at that entry rocket from Lars.
Sorry, I got an ice lolly and it melted completely. Anyway, back to this.
Alright. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, Kronic is actually starting to deal some damage. He's already actually working to take positions on those items. Both players are landing rails on red. And I feel like now it's a chance for Kronic to go full aggressive. Lars just realizing it and legging it.
Yeah, those last couple of rails where Lars was unable to return, that swung the control over into the favor of Kronic. And now Lars, with that control, he only managed to get one frag, so I hope to hell that he's able to defend himself. Because Kronic is going to be on the case now for a frag. As long as Lars knows exactly what position Kronic is in, then he's able to react to it. But as soon as he starts losing info, that's when he's going to have to start being worried.
But it looks like he's on the right track. I mean, if you land on the first rail or very good defensive rockets, even with this kind of stack disadvantage, it's probably going to be your fight. But yep, that's a big no for Lars for going into the Mega Room.
A nice win on the red though. And he knew he could get one of them just there. He had good position. And Kronic slipping up just a tiny bit, maybe overcommitting to the Mega health. Well, I guess it depends what he was after. You can take it easy.
Yeah, he has the one frag lead, which is basically nothing. It can slip away so easily.
Oh, this is good defense right now for Lars. He's going to get himself the red armor. This might be another frag. Wants the rail to land. He's got no more LG ammo, and that's it.
Love that straight aim from Lars. Beautiful stuff.
Kronic is going to steal away the Mega. Lars, you might have overcommitted in this little choke point area. Got to make sure your damage is good. Kronic's not really hitting a whole lot. This should be a frag.
Yep, switching to the LG, knowing his opponent is low.
You've got to get the frag hit. Lars, honestly.
He's getting greedy with that 50 bubble. Just let Kronic run away. But, you know, I don't think he's too concerned about it. It's gonna bum him a tiny bit, but
I honestly think That's one thing you could look at. If Kronic ends up winning this map, that's possibly because of that. You want to get those extra points. It's a bit like, it reminds me of Demon a bit, he's just not able to kind of finish the job.
Yeah.
But it just seemed a little bit awkward in a way. Kronic, lucky to be alive still. And he's trying to hold on to his life. He really would rather have to only chase a 2 frag advantage rather than the 3. He understands the value in that.
And Lars just keeping up with the item rotation, even though Kronic got a few ones not too long ago. Lars has been able to take it back for himself.
Kronic's just simply trying to get the weapons first. He just got the algae. He hasn't got the rail still. Hoping to get, again, as he was earlier. Oh my god, he gets onto the mega health! Algae was alright, the rail!
Look at those rockets from Lars. He was dealing a ton of damage. The mega was burned off straight away. And Lars getting himself the raid. That's like the perfect kind of trade with the items.
Oh, this is bad news for Kronic, but he knocks him off the edge so Kronic can survive a little longer.
Yep, and Lars knows he doesn't have to commit. He got a lot of damage in the fight.
This is a slow game for Kronic. He knows this is a battle of patience as well. You don't want to get greedy for frags, greedy for action. You've just got to wait for that moment. And he just hasn't had it yet, but he's going to go onto the mega once again.
That's the moment. 30 in health on Lars. And Lars is just going to fall back, find some bubbles. The 50 is off for him. There's some excellent news for Lars. Kronic going in aggressive, landed a 1 rail. Second one would have been a frag, but can he find it?
I didn't realize how much damage Kronic did to Lars earlier. He had him seriously low, actually.
Yeah, he did. I mean,
didn't think we were going to see that so soon.
And Lars is not feeling too secure. It's 2.5 minutes left, and he has only the 2 frag lead. But so far he's been doing good, just escaping, getting some health back on himself.
I think Kronic's going to get back onto the rotations a little bit, toxicity style, as we saw before. 200 right now. Got the world, or well, just Sinister at its fingertips. Time to pick up some frags. But Lars isn't falling into any of his little traps. Top yellow's been taken. Kronic's going to take away the bottom one as well, and do some damage on the way. But damage is starting to become this petty playfulness. Once that point on the board.
Lars is just trying to avoid all risks. Just playing sleeky defensive spots, and look at that. He saw the opening, he got the mega still, but he doesn't want to stay for this fight. Look at this, he doesn't have any armor to work with. Red is not gonna be up. Both yellows are gonna be up soon, so he couldn't maybe get one of them. But I kind of assume Kronic to check out the other one as well. Yep, Kronic just got both of them, and Lars, 4 health.
Oh!
He just lost the frag.
Wow, he hit that second rail. 2 pretty hard shots there for Kronic. He's landing them, he might get himself another frag right now. Lars is like, no, I want to exit, please let me out. And he won't be able to. That's 2 for 2. And if he had that extra point, he'd still be in the lead. That frag that just makes no sense that he didn't get. And I think it's going to be a miracle if Lars is going to be able to survive and get an overtime.
Yeah, look at this Kronic stack. He can afford going super aggressive. For example, after his red armor. Oh man, Lars is going for those rails. Just trying to wiggle down a Kronic stack.
Ooh, Kronic missing out a shot, and Lars actually gets another bit of damage. Nice. Nice. And a top yellow, actually. This is dangerously close to manageable for Lars. I think I can see a possible overtime coming as long as he doesn't go too crazy. Got himself like 3 yellows in a row now. Looking for damage on the red armor. He's gonna fight. He doesn't want to push in too far. Get out there. Get out. He doesn't want to get hit.
Oh man, Kronic missing both of those. And Kronic getting both major items. Even though Lars has been able to take some of those yellows and so on, he's still quite far behind with the stack.
I don't think Lars realized quite how close Kronic was there, but Kronic's just sneaking around at this point. It looks like we are going to be getting an overtime here. And map number 2, Lars needs to get the win. Otherwise, he is going to be suffering his first best-of-3 loss of the day. Kronic again, he's playing extremely slow. He's hoping that Lars is running into him, but Lars' game sense is keeping him alive.
Yeah, it looks like Kronic really wants to go for those safe plays instead. Don't want to risk it at this point. And it's still an even game. It's still possible to lose it with a few too many mistakes.
I I think Lars is like, I'm not entirely sure when the hell Mega's up. I'll just sit around. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. And he hasn't heard Mega getting taken. I wonder if he's guesstimated it's spawn time. I'm not 100% sure he has.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good question. But soon enough, we're gonna be seeing what's gonna happen. Lars already trying to land those cheeky rails from the bottom area. And Kronic heard that teleport as well.
No need for Lars to get on the red himself. He's got 200 armor, so meaningless for him to risk his life there. And this is a good spot to defend himself. The Mega's come out. Looks like he has guesstimated it, but not enough to stick around.
Yeah, a good attack from Kronic. His rockets were on point when they had to be. And winning himself the item. Not quite the frag though. And the first overtime is going to end in 30 seconds.
I'm not I feel like Kronic should win, but I'm just not sure. I feel like Lars has still got something left in the tanks for us. He's not really slipping up at the moment. His positioning's been great.
I feel like anything could happen with like something like 2 or 3 rails in a row, or a good rocket trap somewhere.
Yeah. Like a rocket
Anything
that kind of
happen.
moves you out of place, you know, prevents you from getting that escape route going. Something like that.
The typical Quake stuff, you know?
Yeah. Nice, Lars. Lovely.
Yep, we
Yes.
start with the rails, and the Kronic getting both the major
Whoa.
items. Oh, that rail almost pushing off, but not quite. Could have been huge.
It was a nice rail, but essentially it had made no difference to the game whatsoever. That rail there, though, did. Actually starting to knock a tiny bit of stack away from Kronic right now. Tiny. Oh no, Lars!
Oh,
that's it.
There's
that
the
was
trap,
it.
and it went to Kronic. And surely Kronic is able to hold on to this stack of hit. Actually, we don't know. Lars attacking the Mega Health, getting the item. He does have the rocket, and Kronic just heard that health bubble pick up, so he knows Lars is at about 100 health, no armor. Now he has the yellow armor though.
That was an aggressive position from Lars to go fishing for information like that. He should have just stayed back.
Yeah, but you gotta do those gambles when you're not in the driving seat. And the time is running low.
It'd been so long since he'd been able to do anything. I guess he felt time to make some action. And the best time to do it, if you're going to do it in overtime, is before the end. Well, before the first minute of it is over. But that's another frag, and full control coming in. Lars going for a crazy move. Oh, direct rocket. This is going to stop him.
I'm actually loving Kronic's patient shots there. I mean, his dodge was quite minimalistic, almost Cooler-esque. And just waiting for Lars to land on some easy spots before he fired those rockets.
4 rails in a row.
Yeah, that was also quite sick.
The players are within about 20 damage of each other through this entire game, and the control has been actually quite similar. Mega's really splitting it most of the way.
Exactly, 26 yellows on both. That was nice.
Yeah. 5-1 there for Kronic, and it's going to be a